Early on, we're taught to use full chords. But there's a lot of beauty and freedom in playing just 2 or 3 notes from those chords. This video is about giving you some tools to play this way. The pros do it. Let's get into it. A great way to get started looking at the fretboard this way is to use the major scale. We're going to use E major for these examples today. So just looking at the low E string, let's play the E major scale just on that string. So here's your little theory for the day, but each one of those notes has a chord associated with it. So the 1 chord is E, 2 chord is F sharp minor, 3 chord is G sharp minor, 4 chord is an A, 5 chord is a B, 6 chord C sharp minor. And there's also a diminished, which we're not going to really talk much about in this video, the nice passing chord, and then back to the octave. So for years, I just played those full chords. I really never used pieces of the chords. Great guitar players know these chord shapes, small pieces of them all over the fretboard. So what if we play 2 notes of each of those chords going right up the scale? Just that sounds great, and it's just a great way to see the fretboard. Right there, we're just using notes on the A string and the G string, not using the root note anymore. Just the 3rd and the 5th of each chord. We're not going to get deep into intervals, just really want to see the chord shapes on the fretboard. So 2 and 1, and then 4 and 2, 6 and 4, 7, 6, 9, 8, 11, 9. Just sounds great. So in that little intro, I just used that little piece of the E chord. And going back to the 2 chord. Then going up to the A chord. Just real simple, but you actually hear some melody in there because you are playing some of the major scale there because you have the 1, the 2 chord, and the 4 chord. And we can easily do this looking at a 1, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th note is an A chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a B chord. And if this lesson's helpful, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment and some feedback. Let me know how the lesson was for you. But we can use these ideas on other string sets. Let's just go to the center here with the D string, the G string, and the B string. So we would have we also can just use these open strings. Right up the scale here, we can keep the B and the E strings open on every one of these chords. And it sounds great over this E. You can get away with those open strings like that. But these little shapes, using pieces of those chords that we learned earlier. So this just really gets you started, but you can find these chords anywhere on a fretboard and use the little shapes. You can have these shapes on the bottom also. E, F sharp minor, B, A, G sharp minor, F sharp minor, and E. Just using the full chord, you need to see it on the fretboard and then start looking at it in little pieces. Just taking the A chord and dissect it. Know that these three notes are the top of the chord, the high strings. 6, 5, 5. The next string set. 7, 6, 5. The next string set. The next string set. But just look down, and this is the same process for each chord. You will start to connect these ideas. And again, this is the key of E, but you can do this in any key. Use these fragments of chords, start sliding them around, and this can be connected with the E major pentatonic for this key, E major scale. But to get started, use pieces of the full chords. This is an exciting topic. I was excited to show you this today. I use this all the time. Professional guitarists use this idea to the extreme. They are sliding around these little chord shapes. They know where they're at instantly. I have to work at it myself every day. I'm nowhere near a top professional level, but it is a great idea. You can use this in rock and blues, country. You can use this concept. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully you got something from the lesson. See you soon.